I want to show off a fun little deck I've been working on here. This deck here takes the Lunamon Chronomon shell, aka the Grace Nova shell, and what it does is it puts it to use to create a LunaForce Digimon list. LunaForce is a really fun level 6 that says when you digivolve into it, you can play a blue tamer card without paying the cost. Then once per, on your turn, if you play a blue tamer, unsuspend it. And then your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, you could bounce one of their level 3 or lowers, the enemy's level 3 or lower Digimon, to their hand for each blue tamer you have in play. Add up to 1 to the max level for each Digimon. So if you have 3 tamers on the field, you can bounce level 6 or lower. You have 10, you can basically bounce whatever. It's really fun. But the big cool thing about this is you get to swing multiple times because you keep playing tamers. The way that this is possible is with Rena, you're able to activate your LunaForce Digimons when digivolving effects, which lets you play more blue tamers. The more blue tamers you play for free, the more it unspends, etc, etc. So you keep swinging. So really fun deck. Usually you run this with more Vmon stuff, but I said, you know what? Fuck that. Let's do something different. So the original iteration of this deck ran your 4 Coronas, your 4 Lunamons, and some other stuff. But what I kept winding up having an issue being was sometimes I just wouldn't hit my LunaForces, and then sometimes I just wouldn't do enough damage. Essentially, I wouldn't get through security fast enough before my shit got blown up because it doesn't have protections, or I would just get completely controlled, and it was a really big problem. However, with this version of the deck, it's a bit different because Lunamon helps us maintain tempo with memory if we don't hit a Memtainer. Agumon lets us hit our Night Claws and Light Fangs earlier than Firemon or Lycusmon would. So pretty much everything you see here, Lunamon, Agumon, Firemon, Gaugamon, Lycusmon, Crestmon, Apollomon, and Dianamon, as well as the 2 of Ko and Sayo, all have Light Fang or was it Moon? Yeah, Nightclaw, my bad, in them, so you can pull these cards from your deck with them. Essentially what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to have Lunamon digivolve over Sunmon if I can, digivolve into a Lycusmon or a Firemon, and then pass my turn. Next turn I redigivolve again into one or the other, or I go into Gaugamon. You know what, let's just show you. Show is better than telling. So let's go back battle. I'm just gonna use the deck in a bot match. I'm gonna pull up a random deck. So let's see. With a hand like this, it's not the end of the world because Lycusmon can help me dig through the deck, which is great, right? But the problem, yoink, but the problem with this hand is I have no rookies, and I run the risk of essentially fucking up really bad because of that. The reason why the Ukamons are so powerful in this deck is because Ukamon makes it so that when something breeds, I can snag my LunaForce, or I can snag a tamer if need be. Because a lot of the tamers I want to hit, Firemon and Lycusmon, both whiff on. So Ukamon's going to memory choke, putting them to 1. This isn't an optimal turn 1, but it's also not the end of the world. So bots are dumb. Most players aren't going to make that play, but bear with it. This here, see, this is exactly what I was talking about. Now I have the option to grab Arena for when I get my LunaForce if I want to or not. But first I want to check my play area. So I have a Ko and Sayo, which is great. I have 1 Firemon, which will help me with the digging. Agumon helps me with digging, and I have an ultimate. So realistically, I could grab the Lunamon here or the Firemon, but I'm going to get the Rena for greed because I would rather be greedy sometimes. And right now I'd rather be greedy because I want to hope that I can show off the coolness of this deck. Deck bottom. Let's go ahead and evolve Ukamon here as well. So I have that set up for next turn. I'm going to go ahead and play an Agumon here. Agumon's going to let me search a little bit. We get a Lunamon, but the other 2 have to go to the bottom. I'm going to put Sora and Joe closer to the top in case I get to LunaForce and I need to be able to swing. That'll make my life a little bit easier. My concern with digivolving Firemon over Agumon is I won't really be able to tuck for memory off this. So what I want to do, I want to make my life a lot easier, is if I set up myself for the future turns. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play Lunamon. Lunamon's going to allow me on my next turn to bounce Agumon back to my hand for memory. And then I'm also going to play Ko and Sayo so that I have the memory setter. Realistically, I could have played just Ko and Sayo and skipped Lunamon, but I'm being a greedy piece of shit, so I don't remember what this asshole does. Does it bounce? I don't know. I didn't read it, so hopefully I don't get bounced. Well, my Agumon's back to my hand. So that changes things a little bit. I get to promote my Okamon. This lets me search the top 3 twice, which is awesome. I'm gonna want to hit the realistically, I could go for the Lycusmon for extra Digivolution or the Dianamon. I'm gonna grab the Dianamon just in case I don't hit any megas. If I hit no megas, this is kind of a bad situation to be in. But realistically, with the amount of dig power we have, we're gonna be hitting megas regardless. I kind of want to grab the Galgamon so I have jamming, but I'm grabbing the Apollomon. You'll see why in a second. At the bottom? We're going to use Lunamon's effect after all. We're going to return Lunamon to my hand. This sucks. We're going to return one of our Okamons to our hand, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Because we want to be able to Digivolve over Lunamon. So let's do this first. Let's go to Firemon so we have more power on our turn. Now that we have extra search power, we can grab an Agumon. I'm going to put Tai, Kamiya on top and then Joan Sora. Tai is a lower cost tamer. It makes it easier to hard play if I need to. We're going to place Firemon to the bottom so that we can get more Digivolution cards and get our memory back. And then from Firemon, we're going to go to... I don't have a single Gauga. That's unfortunate. We're going to go to Lycus, hoping to hit a Gauga, but that's probably not going to happen. Yeah, we get a Luna... High on top and then Mach. Okay. We're kind of in a position right now where we have to go into Crestmon, which is fine. It would have been nice to get the lower Digivolution cost, but that's not happening. Okay. Now they can't suspend their Imperial Dramon, which is awesome. Less than or equal to. What's my DP boost here? Plus 2k. We're not going to hit a Firemon or Flaremon because we just don't have time for that. Let's see. We could go to Dianamon, get the strip, and do fun stuff there. But realistically, we just want to go to the Apollomon for turn end. So we're going to play Lunamon over this. So we have another Digimon to promote. Oh, and we hit the LunaForce, which means on my following turn, as long as my shit doesn't get blown up, we're going to be able to pop off. So Apollomon lets me Digivolve, passing the turn to my opponent. But also I get to use Blitz, right? So now I get to attack. So I'm guaranteed an attack on this turn. We're going to hit for 2 security. Unfortunately, we're not strong enough to blow up their Imperial Dramon, but cannot swing on me. So it's back to my turn. We're going to promote Luna. Off of Luna, we get a Dig. Dig is going to grab us Arena. And that's GG's. Unless something drastic happens in the security, I have W right now. There's no other way to look at it. So Luna's gonna pump Uko back to my hand, putting me to 6. Apollo's gonna Digivolve to Dianamon. Yep. We're gonna go Diana. Diana's gonna strip their Imperial Dramon, making it so that it can't suspend, which means it can't block me, and even if it could, I'd kill it. So we're gonna get a free security attack off of this. Then Ko and Sayo is gonna put Dianamon to the bottom of my to the bottom of my Diana stack, and then this is gonna evolve into LunaForce Vidramon. On Digivolve, I obviously get my draw, but then I get to play a Tamer. We're gonna play Arena. Arena's gonna allow me to unsuspend with LunaForce's effect. It's going to gain blocker and evade, but we really don't care too much about that. We are going to gain some memory, which is lovely. We're bouncing because we have enough tamers to bounce. LunaForce is going to attack security for 14. We're going to activate its one Digivolving effect because Arena's effect, allowing me to play another tamer, playing a second Arena. Unsuspending once more. And as you can see, this gets really stupid really fast. LunaForce attacks, and we're going to have lethal even without swinging with Lunamon. So we're going to activate its one Digivolving effect once more off of another Arena. We have a third Arena here. Even if we didn't, we could hard play another card because of the insane memory gain this deck gets. This deck gets so much memory, you could hard play Tamers for the W. Boom, hit another one, and yeah, that's GG's, just like that. So a double security attack off of Apollomon, and then we would have had a, even if we didn't have that, we probably could have had lethal this turn with just the LunaForce. And its stuff before that. This deck is disgusting. Now, the biggest problem with this deck is that, what was it doing? The biggest problem with this deck is that it doesn't have protections. So let's say in their security, they had like, oh, I don't know, chaos, or was it chaos degradation or Gaia force or literally anything, pick something, right? I have no protections, right? We don't have a delicate plan. We don't have any of that stuff. We don't have a high speed plugin, none of it. So the only protection we have when we swing in is either getting boosted from Phyramon or getting jamming from Gaugamon. That's literally it. So we have to rely really, really heavily on getting jamming to make sure that A, we don't lose the DP battle, but B, if we go against something like Set Control or whatever, we're kind of fucked. Now in this situation where I'm one swing short and we don't have rookies or something to finish the job, we do run a single Omnimon Blitz just to finish the job. The reason I run Omnimon Blitz over All Force Vtuber X Antibody is because All Force Vtuber X Antibody takes 1 to Digivolve over All Force Vtuber, and it can Digivolve over Dianamon, but it costs more. It cannot Digivolve over Apollomon though. But if I'm at 0 memory and I pay 1 to Digivolve, my turn ends. Right, I don't get to swing again. With Omnimon Blitz, I can Digivolve it over all of my level 6s, Apollomon, All Force, and Dianamon, and then I still have lethal, which makes this deck super fucking cool because it still has that one final swing if need be. I thought about running a hybrid tamer in place of one of these Gaugamons, but the 3 of Gaugamon is already like, I feel like I should be running 4, so there's no reason to run any less. Realistically, I could go down 1 Agumon and go to Ukamon for more reliability when it comes to grabbing tamers and grabbing all forces, but I've found that sometimes just by digivolving and playing Agumon and digivolving into Phyramon or Lycusmon, you hit the cards you need through base digivolves anyways. Like, you're thinning your deck so fast, so fast. And yeah, this is the deck list. it's toxic, it's fast, it's reliable, and even when you're not given a lot of memory, it does pretty well. Its biggest weaknesses are going to be against decks with memory blockers, but answers to that are going to be things like Zudomon Ace, Apollomon's second ability where you can delete things, All Forces Bounce. I do have some other like contingency plans for it. There is other universes where you could run Flareamon. You could take out the 2 Zudomons, run a Flareamon, but the only issue with Flareamon is it doesn't digivolve into All Force, so you'd have to go into Diana or Apollo first, and then digivolve, and then you could have to go in Flareamon first, and then in Apollo, and then that's all you can do. So that's why you leave it there. The Anime Expo, there's a guy sitting in front of a Gundam right now. They're talking about Gundam. You guys said a lot of stuff. I ain't reading all that. It looks like a fun deck and has some of your favorite digis, so you're jelly. Yeah, it's really fun. It's got some of my faves too. I'm a little sad I had to go down to the one of Diana though, because I really like Dianamon, but with this specific like deck flow, the Diana is way less valuable than the Apollo. I'd be willing to hear an argument for going to 3 Apollo and then just getting rid of Diana entirely, but sometimes you just need that extra turn of stall, and Diana can strip them and stall them and makes it like really reliable to get you to that following turn to win. So there's really nothing wrong with running the one of Diana. And like I said, I'm partial to Diana, so I'm not dropping her. I also, I'm totally okay with hearing the argument of going to 3 of Ko and Sayo because of how integral it is over the 3 of Joe. You could lose a Joe and go here, but I like these Joes because these give you a fuck ton of memory in this deck and allow you to absolutely just steamroll somebody. You could have like a 7-10 memory turn, and that's not uncommon. Running into these, if you're having a hard time, you can use these to draw. I was originally running Takumi, the Digimon Cyber Sleuth Tamer, instead for draw powers, because I digivolve a lot, right? But that'd give me 1 draw per turn, just like these would. The difference is the Takumis do not unsuspend your All Force, so I wound up cutting those in favor of the Tai Kamiya for a 2 cost Tamer. Works out a lot better. These 3 slots here with the Arrow Vtuber and the Mock Gaugamons are really kind of fill slots. You can do whatever the fuck you want with these. So I run the Arrow Vtuber because sometimes it allows me to hit my Renas if things are going pretty bad. But also when attacking, you can give yourself blocker evade if you need to, if you have another stack. I've been finding this is way less valuable than the mock Galgamon lines, because these have, when an effect adds cards to your opponent's hand, you can just straight up unsuspend this Digimon. So it's a free unsuspend for all force, which is really good. Really, really strong. I would also hear the argument for taking these out though, going +1 Zudomon or putting in the an extra Crestmon or like a Flarebon. I would totally hear that argument and I wouldn't even fight you on it. The champion line's pretty set in stone. The only real change you can make here is maybe doing a +1 Gao, or the blue-black Magnamon that has the security thing is strangely pretty good in this deck as well. Rookie line we already covered. You could, in theory, drop Agumon down 1 and Ukamon down 1 and run Coronas, but they're not necessary at all. Like, at fucking all. You do not need the Coronas. It's crazy that Cyber Sleuth didn't have an Apollomon's line. I agree. That's kind of wild. They should fix that. I was running a Kaiser Nell in this version of the deck, but it doesn't really make sense, nor does it really work. The only time it works is if you get all force underneath, which isn't underneath Omnimon, but at that point you're winning anyways, so kind of silly. No reason to run it. It's fine if you're running more Dianamons because of its all turns effect, but you're not really doing that here, so there's no point in doing that. Other than that, yeah, I'm really, really happy with this deck. The only cards that from the playtesting I've had that have really changed a lot, I've already mentioned. And then this ultimate line here, I'm kind of like back and forth on should Arrow Vtuber really be in here or not. That's really it. I want to do a few more matches with it. All right, now this hand is this hand's kind of risky.
Shivers my timbers!
Because we can either hit actual money, and this is the other thing too. A lot of these hands you're gonna get, you're like, damn, I could hit money real fast, or I can get fucked the entire time. And this is one of those hands. I'm gonna keep it though, because we have enough dig power for me to be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this hand. What are we playing against? I don't know. Oh, we got a Luna. Oh, it's so Jover. It's so Jover. Yeah, we're cooking. We're cooking. That was a crazy draw. And a Lycus? Bruh. This is nuts. This is actually genuinely nuts. And the fact that they added the Agumon so you could save a play point is silly. Oh, look, I get a Firemon too. Oh, yeah, we digging, boys. We digging, boys. Look at this. Why does Prince Waka get a vote? What are you talking about? For what? For what? What are we upsetty spaghetti about? Oh, we're playing against Mummy Loops. The bot does not know how to pilot this. Lamau. Yeah, this is gonna be a free win for me. If I botch this, is crazy. He wants me to get gold? Why wouldn't Prince Waka get a vote? What do you mean? He's in the Discord. Alright, see how we're at 6 memory already? Shit goes crazy. Yeah, this deck is actually just straight up ignorant. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is gonna be a bit slower of a start probably, but we're about to rip through this deck. Give me the Agumon, Arena goes on top. You hate to see the Arena at the bottom. He's rigged, yeah, I know. That's what makes it so good. We're gonna Digivolve for 1 into Lycus. Lycus? I'm probably saying it wrong. It's probably Lycus. I don't even care. Oh, we got all force in hand. Oh, we are so fucking cooking right now. Problem is, we know for a fact 2 Renas are in the bottom of the deck that can actually eat our ass later. So I actually have a few options here. I could 100% go into a different on play to do more searching, or Ko and Sayo. Or I could just straight up Digivolve into Arrow Vtuber to get all the blue tamers on reveal. Once per turn, suspend, yeah. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna be greedy. It's fun. No, this stinky. Bummer. I put that order in wrong too. Problem with this. I don't really want to get swung on and have my shit get deleted. So let's go ahead and unsuspend by playing a Sora and Joe. Yeah. Oh shit, I got Arena, sick. We're gonna play Sora and Joe. Even though I could have played Tai, the thing is Tai on my turn, if I play it, I can still draw for free. So, oh, got a tie 2. So we'll have two extra draw. Plus, it only costs 2 to play, so it's really not the end of the world. Oh, and we got the Omnimon. Yo. Yo. Brother. Oh my god. Yeah, we may not have the Boko Bucks for memory right now, but unfortunately, Bandai Namco. What's it going to? Pac-Man? Unfortunately, we didn't hit another. Draw 1. I need a little bit more memory. I had a memory source. I'm gonna have to strip it. Let's attack. Security. Strip the memory source. Activate on play. Crash. Yeah. Well, putting the mummy mom in the trash probably helps them, but I gotta play, don't worry. Man, I don't want to play Rena right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I really don't. 3 blue tamers, go burr. Unsuspend. Bounce it back to his hand. Alright. Get an extra draw. Just thin my deck a bit more. There's an all force. Very nice. Yo, this is crazy. This is fucking crazy, bro. Security. Alright. Unfortunately, I just ended my turn on that swing. What I was going to do was, I was going to play the second Lunamon, so when my other Lunamon promoted, I could go to extra memory. But it's fine. No worries. Promoting Lunamon. Lunamon use its ability to return card, gain +2. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're just going to not swing, we're going to draw first. Draw 2. Draw 2. We're going for cheeks. Gonna blow them up. And don't use. You're fine. Okay, you're fine. Unsuspend. We could have bounced something there, but there was nothing to bounce. Brother gets to attack again. I have lethal. As long as we don't hit something really annoying, we're chilling. You like having your 3rd badge, you need a 4th, maybe a 5th one. You're like a druggie, but for badges. Oh, I didn't have another tamer in my hand that was blue. My bad. It's okay, we got lethal. We go security. Okay, we take the trade. And then I go into Omnimon for the win. It's gonna unsuspend off Omnimon, and then it has Blitz, so I attack again, and I win. See? Deck's sick, dude! The deck is so fucking cool! It's so sick! Is it the strongest? No. But is it fun? Absolutely. People need to hype their fucking decks up some more, man.